Bruce Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
And welcome back to Football Friday Night Extra. I'm Zach Richardson, joined alongside Ayala Bronner and Jeremy Bryant. Week 4 of the high school football season is here, and I'll tell you what, Week 4 brought some cooler weather, but the action and the intensity of football didn't cool down at all.
No, it definitely was exciting matchups. A lot of great teams out here playing. And we're getting a little deep in the season, so we're starting to figure out what these teams really are about. We're getting close to that district time. It's going to be time to get rugged down now.
Yeah, and a lot of injuries are happening, so a lot of these undefeated teams, we're just going to have to see what's going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you what, as Jeremy mentioned, a lot of tight games, and our game of the week over at Sterlington High School, Ayana was over there. Ayana, take us into it and just let us know how that game shook out.
All right, let's head on over to Sterlington where they hosted the West Waukesha Chiefs. And as you can see, these are our fans of the week. They even told me to shout them out. Shameless plug of the sunset here, but the Panthers elected to defer to the second half, and Matthew Lee would receive the ball and run it for a modest gain before being tackled. QB Sam Ozark would throw a dime of a ball to Caden Miller, and that would be a Chiefs first down, and then some. Ozark would do a handoff to running back C.G. Barr for the first touchdown of the matchup for the Chiefs. Next up, the Panthers have the ball. QB J. Rob Breen would do a handoff to Hagan Herron, and he would get the first down before being brought down by defenders. Breen to Chris Pearson with the nice catch, and now the Panthers are in the red zone. The Panthers will bulldoze it in for the first touchdown. Tie game, 7-7. Panthers with the ball again. Pay attention to the bottom right of the screen because the ball will come out and the Chiefs will recover it. And Ozark will call his own number and take it into the end zone. But they would miss a field goal, 13-7. Breen with a quick toss to Gavin Evans, and he will bulldoze his way through the crowd of defenders before being brought down. With 53 seconds left in the second quarter, Breen to T.J. Birch for the touchdown, and now the Panthers will lead for the first time in this matchup, 14-13. Sterlington gets the ball back in the third quarter, and Breen would do a fake throw and quick toss to Heron, getting almost a midfield, and then Breen to Noah Crane with a hard, clean hit, but the flags will come flying anyways, allowing the Panthers to get in good field position. Breen hands it off to Birch, and now the Panthers are in the red zone, and then Birch would take it in for the touchdown. But it's still 40-61 against everybody. The Chiefs would win it 29-28 over the Panthers in a stunning fashion.
All right, let's head over and at Bill Rupert Stadium, the undefeated Neville Tigers taking on the reigning state champions, St. Thomas More. We start out with Neville on offense. Parker Robinson dumping it off to the angry road runner, Jalen Nichols. Runs in the space, makes a few moves before being brought down near midfield, just a little bit past it. Robinson, he's trying to find that window, floats it to Thomas Campbell. He does the rest, a man on a mission. Guess what? Mission complete. Puts Neville on the board for the opening score of the game. Cougars trying to find an answer. They hand it off to Gabe Mosek. Keeps his balance and begins to pull that sled, turning those legs to put the Cougars inside the red zone. Legs of steel all the way. Toss it to the left, not a clean handoff, and guess what? The Tigers made them pay. Jaden Reed, he is off to the races. Save your energy. You are not getting him 93 yards to the crib. It's about to be a party inside Bill Rupert Stadium. Tigers take the 2-score lead. That defense wasn't done yet. Reese Reichert off the errant pass, snags away another turnover for the Tigers. Absolutely dominating in this one right now. Now the Tigers knocking on the door, gives it to Jamarian Roberson, trips him up, but guess what? He's in the end zone for another Tiger touchdown. Student section, they're smelling blood in the water. Second half now. Cougars back to pass, and guess what? It's a tip drill. Call Nelly. Tell them Jaden Reed is putting a blanket on this receiving court. Comes away with another INT. Parker Robinson trying to put it over. Finds the playmaker. Zealand Young for the first down to move those chains, moving a little bit closer. Down 2 tailbacks, but guess what? Next man up to Tardashi Lemons from 3 yards out, crosses the goal line, and the Neville Tigers with the knockout punch against another state champion. They rolling this one 30-7 over the Cougars.
All right, James Simon and the Cavaliers looking to bounce back from a pair of 4-point losses taking on Darburn Woods to open district play. Cavalry quarterback Abram Wardell takes a snap and tosses it to Dalen Wilson, who would pick up a first down and then some with Greengrass right ahead of him. Later in the drive, Wardell passed it to Braylon Hugon for a first down in the red zone. And then a few plays later, James Simon takes the handoff, finds a hole, and runs it in for a touchdown. Darvin Woods wouldn't be able to get it going with the Cavaliers bouncing back 56-7.
I tell you, we talk about a team who needed a bounce-back win. Unfortunate for Darvin Woods, but a great bounce-back win for Calvary Baptist. Now, Bastrop hosting St. Fred in this one. I tell you what, first Warrior drive, Owen O'Neill picks up some first down yardage. He's going to let that Warrior crowd know that he picked that up. And eventually that led Jarvis Walker to call his own number in for the score. 6-0 Warriors. Check out Chip Bilderback. He's fired up. He's loving this one. Love the way this guy coaches the game right here. Now Bastrop punts, but the defense came to life. Sammy Davis, not fooled like I was. He's there for the big QB sack right there. And then on third down and long, it's Marcus McClinton. Yeah, he's going to sniff out this screen pass and just blows this thing up for a TFL right there. And then how about this Bastrop offense finally getting a little rhythm in this one? They're going to get going. Dylan Downs. Yeah, he's so good at buying time out here. He's going to find DeMondre Jones. He's this quickster down the sideline. Big yards right there. That sets up Dylan Downs to keep it himself right here. Again, using his legs, a dual threat quarterback he is. He finds the end zone right there. At that point in the game, it's 6-0. Again, this was one of those games that came down to the wire. It would be Bastrop hanging on to move to 4-0 on the season with a 28-27 win. Now we jump over to the scoreboard and we see West Monroe on the road. We were hoping to bring you highlights of this game tonight, but we see West Monroe falls 31-14 in this one. It's still a West Monroe team we're still trying to figure out tonight, just not their night, but they moved to 2-2 in the season. They'll look to get things going next week to bounce back and get back on track. And we're just now getting started with Football Friday Night Extra. The first block of this show, really good, but we have some more good news coming your way in the second block by way of those Union Parish Farmers. Don't go anywhere. Football Friday Night Extra returns after the break.
Friday Night Extra, sponsored by Johnny's Pizza House, Williams Orthodontics, Guerrero and Guerrero the Injury Attorneys, Mer Rouge Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
All right, everyone, let's take it over to Green Oaks, taking on the state champions, Union Parish Farmers. Union up 2 scores already. Giants back to pass, and this one's going to hang in the air too long, a little bit too long. Farmers come up with the interception in the end zone, going to rumble down to the 5-yard line. Set up shop right there. Braxton Patterson, screen pass to Chase Meekin, and you better stay on your toes dealing with him. Takes this one for a first down inside Giants territory. Down at the 3-yard line, Braxton Patterson hands it off to the big dog, Taquarius Wilson. He gets stuffed, denied at the goal line. And guess what? The Farmers would not be denied the victory. Coach Spat and the Farmers, they get the shutout victory against Green Oaks 28-0 for their first win of the season.
All right, now Beekman Charter visits Mangum, and Mangum quarterback Kobe Casey would do a quarterback sneak here for the first touchdown of the matchup, but the Dragons' extra point would be no good. As you can still celebrating here, and as you can see, the field goal is not good. With a short kick, Beekman Charter's Quinn Morgan returns the kickoff for a touchdown. Just runs right up the gut, and he just keeps on going, outruns the defenders, and yep, he just gets the touchdown. And then the Tigers' extra point would be no good as well. but Mangum's quarterback passes it to Rayon Bell, and he would run it up the gut for another touchdown for Mangum. And then in a shutout, Mangum wins 47-6.
I'll tell you what, the more I see Mangum, the more I see Colby Casey, the more I like that young man. He's got a bright future ahead. All right, MAIS football, River Oaks hosting Riverdale. I'll tell you what, this offense is just lethal. Jaden Davis finds Reggie Jackson. He does the rest right here, hesitates, makes a guy miss, and he's in for the score right there. You're not catching that kind of speed right there on the football field, but they're not done. We saw some offense right there, but how about a little defense? A guy you hear on the offensive side of the ball quite a bit, Lantavius Murphy. Yeah, he gets back there, the TFL right there. Good stuff from him in that defense, but then this Mustangs offense would roll. Davis, he's going to find Byron Price on the screen pass, and this is what you talk about when you talk about give it to your playmakers. This is what you mean right here. Get it to him and let him go to work, and that's what Price would do right there. Off to the races, into for another score right there, and then the very next drive, Davis, he's got a couple throwing touchdowns already. This time, hey, it's okay to be a little selfish. He keeps it himself with a quarter or the QB keeper right there, and again, nobody catches him. This guy's just too fast. Nobody found a way and found a solution to slow him down. In for the score right there, and then yeah, you knew we had to have him in the highlights at some point. It's Murphy this time, taking the handoff and doing what he does, bounce to the outside, in for the score right here. Now this next one's a 2-point conversion, but it was too good to leave out of here. Check out Colton McMillian right here on the 2-point conversion, taking a screen pass and just running dudes over. Boom, sit down. He's in for the 2-point conversion right there, and River Oaks rolls in this one with a 52-0 win. And I tell you what, yeah, we're still going here at Football Friday Night Extra. Two, great games still going so far, but we've still got some big ones. Cedar Creek looking to get on the win in the win column this week, and then we also have some Thursday night games from last night. Jeremy and I were there at those games. Caldwell Parish and Franklin Parish and OCS and Madison. Didn't get a chance to bring those OCS highlights last night, and as promised, we will have those for you tonight. And trust me, they're fantastic. So we're going to have those highlights coming up after the break. Stay right here with us on Football Friday Night Extra.
Football Friday Night Extra, sponsored by Johnny's Pizza House, Williams Orthodontics, Guerrero and Guerrero the Injury Attorneys, Mer Rouge Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
And now we do some Cedar Creek football as they're on the road at Glenbrook. I tell you what, that Cougars defense coming up big right here. Check out the play. Looks like the Apaches are going to have some good yards. Ball comes loose. It's Noah Smith scoops it up right here. He's going to take it to the house. Again, I always preach, if your defense can bring you points on the board, that's always a great sign. Unfortunately, despite those defensive efforts, Cedar Creek falls in this one, 36-16, your final in that one.
All right, then let's take it over to the undefeated OCS Eagles down in Jaguar country to face Madison. A little electricity delay, but they were ready to go. Jaguars back to pass, and they throw it to the front color. Ridge Coast dives for the INT and comes up with the turnover. Right after, they hand it off to Mr. Make It Look Easy, Making Leonard, rumbling, tumbling, fighting for each and every yard he can for the first down to put him right outside that red zone. This time, it's Luke Vadrine rolling out the pocket and dumps it off to Jade Turner. Got me a little bit, but he plows his way into the end zone for the beginning score of the game. 7-0. I heard the entire city of was out of electricity. Maybe because Ridge Coast stole all of it. He comes away with another interception. He made that phone call. Party at my crib. Takes it back for the pick six. Vadrine now looking downfield, loading it up, flings it one-on-one. He's always going to win that matchup. Mama, I'm bringing food home. Go ahead, set the table. I got the fork and spoon ready. OCS up 21-0 at halftime. Making Leonard. He came out halftime angry, and I told him, go do what dogs do. Go eat. He took the handoff, started feasting on his defense. Takes this one all the way to the house. Put 6 more on the board. OCS opening this one up, and then he just kept on eating. Here he goes again, rolling down the field. The track starts showing off the hurdles before being brought down inside the red zone and striking this one more time. Mr. Make It Look Easy once again. This time he said, sit down, dribbles the ball off the dribbles the defender's head off the turf and runs it in for the score. He said, I'm tired of playing around with y'all. 150 and 2 tubs on the night. The Eagles stay undefeated, 42-0. Their third shutout of the season.
And some more Thursday night football. Caldwell Parish hosting Franklin Parish, a red-hot Franklin Parish team. Tough task for Cleo Head Company. Tell you what, that pass defense, yeah, they are legit right here. Not budging right here. They come up with the TFL on the Spartans' first drive, and then we got a chance to see that Patriots offense. It's Addison Spradling taking the reverse right here, making some moves, bouncing off defenders, and he picked up a first down at that point in the game. And then it's Zay Boley right here on a little jet sweep action, and check him out here, tight roping the sideline. Looks like he's going to house this thing. He's pushed out of bounds just before the end zone, but that's going to set up Desirian Ellis, a guy we hear a lot about. Yeah, he rightfully so. He's all of the hype that you hear. He's in for the score right there. Now the Spartans, they're looking to get something going, and they're going to go with their guy Andrew McKee right here. He's just dragging defenders, looking to do whatever he can. Unfortunately, the Spartans had the punt right here, and on that punt, it would be a high snap over the head of the punter, and it's going to be Franklin Parish going to come away with this thing, and they're going to be set up nicely in great field position. And that's something you never want to do with a team like Franklin Parish. Ellis, they're going to go through the air to Caden Seals in for the score right here. And I tell you what, from that point on in the game, it was just kind of that kind of trend. It was touchdown, 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 and more touchdowns right here. I'll tell you what, Caldwell Parish had trying to get some things going here. A nice kickoff return would set things up nicely, but like I said, when you're playing a team like Franklin Parish, when you get behind, it's really, really tough to come back in this one. Franklin Parish, they get a big win on the road, 48-0 in that one over Caldwell Parish. Now, I'll tell you what, we're wrapped up here with Louisiana football for week 4. A lot of great things, a lot of close games. It was a week that we kind of felt was a little thin as far as teams in our area and how to make these 2-game runs. But the games that we had tonight, they were fantastic games once again.
Absolutely, they were. You know, you have the Sterling West Watchdog coming down to the wire, and the Chiefs kind of pulling that one out. Big win for them over a program like the Sterlington Panthers. But also, you got to talk about Neville. A little bit, you know, they come out knocking off another state champion. Big win for them. Also against St. Thomas More. It's been a big week of football down here.
You know, Ayana, West Washita, I want to talk. You talk about the West Washita Sterlington game. You know, I think that was a shootout. We've seen West Washita. We talked about them, but we saw them against the Sterlington team. The Sterlington obviously looking to bounce back in this one. But how fun was that atmosphere?
It was a great atmosphere, and I was really rooting for Sterlington. You know, I thought that they came out and played mad, and they were determined. But, you know, that 2-point conversion at the end just really solidified the Chiefs winning. But they put up a good fight, and I think, with the next matchups they have coming, I think there'll be a good potential to beat those teams as well.
It's a really gutsy play call to go for 2, as we saw. I mentioned, Holmes County, that hurt them last week against Neville going for 2, but high risk, high reward, and it paid off for the Chiefs, and they remain undefeated. It's going to be fun to watch them in district play to see how they go. And now we're not actually, I guess I lied, we're not completely done with week 4 of football because we've got Saturday football. Ruston making the trip over to Texas, Midland Legacy. Big game for them coming up. We talked about Jerry Ball loading up that schedule. This is going to be another tough match for them, aren't they?
Yeah, it definitely is going to be, like I said last week, going out of state, going to Texas, facing somebody you're not familiar with, but when you got Ruston, like I said, like we talk about all the way, you got Josh Bradley back. It's not 100%. I got to think you got to be careful with that when you talk about how much you want to play him, how much you're willing to push him, because you're going to need him at the end of the season. But I think Ruston is going to be able to take it to this Midland team, and it's going to be a tough battle. Somebody you're not familiar with, but I think they got to pull it out in this one.
I think they'll pull it out because honestly, Texas is your second home, so they're gonna pull it out for sure.
I was gonna say you two have had a chance to see him in person, and we know obviously Josh Brantley, Aiden Andy, we know the guys they have, Ahmad Hudson on that team, but they have so many weapons that it really doesn't matter who's on the field. They're just so powerful, and so it's gonna be interesting to see them. They're taking the trip, I believe, meeting halfway to Arlington, because when I looked, I thought it was over in Midland. It was like 9 hours. That's a long trip for some football, but it's gonna be a fun game nonetheless. But don't go anywhere. When we come back on Football Friday Night Extra, Arkansas football. Stay right here. We'll have those highlights after the break.
Football Friday Night Extra, sponsored by Johnny's Pizza House, Williams Orthodontics, Guerrero and Guerrero the Injury Attorneys, Mer Rouge Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
All right, like I said, some Arkansas football. Dragons getting the ball first. Quarterback Noah Dismute keeping the ball, breaking out of 2 tackles for the pass down the field to Zamondre Gray. Big pickup right there. Then it's Dismute. This time, he's going to keep it himself. He finds an opening, and he's going to get into the end zone for the Dragons' first score of the game. Now, the Gators, they get their chance on offense, and the Dragons' defense, they're just plowing through, finding Chance Gross for a 2-beat sack right there. Now, the Dragons, again, they get the ball back. They're going to pass to Dominique Grimes. Going to fight his way for more yards right here, as you see. And then we're going to see Noah Dismute calling his own number again down the field. He goes for a first down before a host of Gators pull him down. And they're going to go, I think I'm ahead of myself a little bit here. We're going to see that pass right there getting downfield. Tell you what, nonetheless, it didn't really matter because Junction City was all over Foreman in this one. They get the 49-6 win in this one.
He's going down there. How about with some 8-man football now? Dermont taking on strong Bulldogs. Talk about introducing yourself to Bulldogs. Only needed a sliver of daylight after picking this ball off the hop. He hit the highway, and just like that, he had somewhere to be. Took this one all the way to the house for the easy 6 points. Bulldogs defense was ready to play. 2 stuff that run right at the line. No gain. Altercation broke out in the game, but all the Bulldogs needed was Caden McHenry with a big night after scoring 2 more tubs to finish off the easy win.
I'll tell you what, I feel we can never talk too much football, so don't go anywhere when we get back. We're going to briefly talk about some college football this weekend and what we can expect, and I think Jeremy's got some stuff to get off his chest, so we're going to give him his moment.
I got something to get off my chest.
Don't listen to him.
I got something to get off my chest. Make sure you come back. I got something to get off.
We'll see you back after the break.
Football Friday Night Extra, sponsored by Johnny's Pizza House, Williams Orthodontics, Guerrero and Guerrero the Injury Attorneys, Mer Rouge Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
But before we get too far into our college football talk, Jeremy Bryant, take it away.
Absolutely. Y'all know I'm from the state of Alabama. You know, I'm a fellow Auburn fan. We got a fellow Alabama fan here. But you know, Alabama playing Georgia, and y'all know how much I dislike them. So I had to get it off my chest. Alabama will not win tomorrow. I'm sorry to hurt y'all feelings. I'm sorry, it's not happening. I just had to get that off. I got Georgia with a 24-21. I had to get that off. I'm going to go against them every single time.
No, you do not bet against Alabama. You never do. You never do. And with the amount of weapons that Alabama got this year, everything is hitting perfectly for right now. And we just don't have to see against this Georgia matchup. But plus, the Georgia matchup against Kentucky, if that's the team that's going to come out and play Alabama, then whoop, y'all ain't winning that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think Alabama may be missing their biggest weapon yet, Nick Saban. It's harder for me to not bet against Alabama without Nick Saban, because Nick Saban, he did so much for that program. So I'm sorry, Ayana. Hey, Georgia by 2 touchdowns.
When Nick Saban retired, was the best day of my life.
Oh, wow. That was the worst day of my life. Oh, my God. Don't get me started.
I think we got some big football games right here in our own backyard. Obviously, ULM on the road to Troy. Louisiana Tech playing, got a game on the road as well. But I think we got another big game over in Dallas. So, talk about that a little bit.
Right, so Grambling is going to be playing Prairie View in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl for the State Fair Classic. And, I think that Grambling's going to come out and win. And I just think that just goes to show, because in their Jackson State matchup, they dominated. Like, everything came together the way that Mickey Joseph has been talking about. The defense came together. They came together even more, but it was really the offense that really stood tall. And I think if they show that against PV, they'll absolutely win. But PV ain't worth nothing anyway, so they
we got to give up to some PV. But, talking about it, LA Tech going down to FIU, starting conference, playing a lot of questions right now around that offense. Still not being cohesive right now. Run game still ain't there, but the big question, the big elephant in the room, who's going to run this offense at quarterback? Blake Baker down with a broken collarbone, so now you got to return back to maybe Jack Turner or Evan Bullock, who led them back to a lead in last week's game. So, it's going to be a fight for them, but they got to figure some things out.
We'll keep you up to date with all the action over the weekend. That's all for us here in the studio. Zach Riston, Ayana Bryan, Jeremy Bryant. Thanks for joining us, and roll tide, baby.
Roll tide.